Don't you just love it when the anti-cheat works? We're having a little fight here at the airfield, and we came across a cheater and their damage had been nerfed. So they actually had enough damage to down me there because I was pretty low. But watch this, I'm self-rezzing and the cheater just can't kill me. I revive and down them. Just felt like a really sweet revenge there. But today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of new anti-cheat measures that Call of Duty have just talked about, as well as a new map coming to the game and some big changes to Caldera, which I think will definitely be welcomed by the community, including some areas that were actually on the original map, which I know that a lot of people have been missing and feeling a bit nostalgic about lately. So we're going to start with these new anti-cheat measures, and there's some really interesting stuff in here, and I love the fact that Call of Duty and Raven are talking about this stuff because it gives you a peek behind the curtain at everything that goes on in the background. And they released a blog on this. It's not very long, but there's some explanation and a demonstration of what this new stuff is. So we're going to start with this. What's up with mitigations? Why are you doing it? So a lot of people will say, why don't you just ban cheaters as soon as you detect them? Why are you doing these things like mitigations? Well, we have talked about this in the past, and they went into a bit of detail here as to why they think it's necessary. The question for Team Ricochet quickly became, how do we keep detected cheaters in the game to fully analyze their tactics and strengthen our security, while at the same time make their experience less impactful to legitimate players? The solution? Let's do more to get in the way of cheaters. Cheaters for some reason feel superior using software to win games they have no business winning. Hitting them with these mitigations transforms those euphoric feelings of being fake best into glorious pangs of annoyance. We've seen the clips. So it's about gathering data and annoying the cheaters, essentially. So the first mitigation that they talk about here is damage shield, and you've just seen a live example of that when it happened to me. And they've said that this has been the fan favourite in the community since they announced it, because it registers for both players. If you're being shot at and see your health slowly trickle down, you know it's likely a cheater on the other end of the battle. And that's true, that's happened a few times to me, where you look at your health going down, you're being hit loads, and you realise, oh, it's a cheater, we can go and have a bit of fun here because they can't kill us. The cheater in turn wastes ammo and eventually realises they've been detected. But a new thing here that they're talking about is cloaking. It's your own personal ghost mode. We see fewer clips of this because it's harder for legitimate players to know it's happening. If a cheater is hit with cloaking, their shots cause in-game players to vanish, including their bullets and sound. So if you're ever hit in-game and turn to see someone spinning in circles confused, they might have been slapped with cloaking. That makes for some easy cleanup. And we can see an example of this in the clip here. The cheater hits the player, and then the player that they hit disappeared. I presume that it deletes the hitboxes as well, so if there's any kind of aimbot or wall hack, they still won't be able to detect where that player is. So that's a nice bit of trolling against the cheaters there. Just make people invisible once they hit them. Love that. And this one, Disarm, I think this is the newest one because I've never heard anything about this before. Today we're sharing another mitigation technique from our toolbox, Disarm. Like the name implies, when cheaters are detected, we simply take their weapons away from them, including their fists. And you can see in the video here, the guy literally loses their gun. So they couldn't possibly kill any more players. If they can't shoot, they can't use throwables, they can't use fists, they just get completely disarmed. So they're just useless in that lobby essentially. So that literally disarms the cheater, and hopefully they're killed or they just leave the game in frustration. And they said here, we have other mitigations that we'll likely spill the beans on in the future. Some are active now, some are in development. Beyond its mission to combat unfair play, we have a second somewhat secret mission to annoy as many cheaters as we can. And they do talk about bans here as well. Where do you go from mitigations? What about bans? While mitigations are certainly the most eye-catching element of Ricochet anti-cheat, those processes are in support of the biggest deterrent to cheating, bans. Team Ricochet issues bans daily for several reasons and often in large waves. Since our previous update, we've issued another 180,000 plus bans across Warzone and Vanguard combined. What can I do to help make the experience better? Individually, the first thing you should do is protect your account. As we continuously knock out the illicit account market, cheaters are looking for fresh IDs to sneak back into the game. Now, this is something that I've talked about before. Make sure you've got two-step on, because your account is liable to get hacked, get stolen, and then they will actually sell the unbanned accounts on cheat websites so people can use them. So watch out for that, protect yourselves there. Secondly, but no less important, are the in-game reporting tools. We've beaten this drum a lot, but that's because it's critical for our continued success. Your in-game reports help identify cheating trends and behavior. It's important and it helps make the system better. Keep doing it. So this is basically saying if you think someone is cheating, actually rage hacking or something, make sure you report them. But if you're unsure, or you're just angry that someone killed you and you spectate them and they're not cheating, don't report them. Now I can provide an additional bit of insight into this because I had a meeting like months ago, and I've already talked about this meeting behind the scenes with a few COD devs where they were talking about the future of Warzone and the anti-cheat and Modern Warfare 2 and stuff. And they mentioned that your account almost has an accuracy rating on it for reporting cheaters. So if you're really accurate with your reports and you report someone and that account gets manually reviewed and they're confirmed to be a cheater, then your account will actually have more power in terms of reporting. If you're someone who just spams report on anyone that kills you, then your account's going to have much less value. So all I'm saying is try and be as accurate as possible with your reporting, because if you're right and if you've got a good success rate, your reports in the future will have more importance in a way. So just always think about that. Okay, next on to the really good stuff, the new content. Now season 4 for Warzone starts next Wednesday, June 22nd, and they're releasing a new map. I did not see this coming at all. I thought with Warzone 2 being confirmed to release this year, I thought we might get changes to Caldera and that was it. But we are in fact getting a brand new map called Fortune's Keep, and there's some footage of it on the screen here. They released a trailer with some screenshots and info about the new map. A lot of people were scared that this was replacing Rebirth. It isn't. It will just be in a rotation kind of thing. So I think they're going to start with Fortune's Keep, and then there'll be a point in time when you can play the new map, Caldera and Rebirth. Fortune's Keep is a resurgence map, much smaller than Caldera. I think it's a little bit bigger than Rebirth. Lots of verticality here by the looks of it. You've got subterranean points of interest as well, bits under the ground, towns to fight in, cove piratey type areas with a bit of water around. So that's fun. I wasn't expecting this at all. And so next Wednesday, maybe Thursday and Friday as well, I'll probably be live streaming on the new map. And then changes to Caldera. This is an overview of what the new map will look like. So you can see all the rivers have dried up. They've removed 50% of the vegetation on the map, so you'll be able to get around much better in vehicles now, and there won't be so many places to hide when you're crossing those bits of land. They've also added over a dozen points of interest on the map, so more cover in those big jungly areas where you didn't really have any before. New places to fight around. They've also replaced Ruins, which, let's face it, not many people actually went there, with Storage Town. So you'll remember that area from Verdansk. It was a great area in Plunder to level up your weapons, even just to drop out in a normal round of BR and have an early game fight, score some kills. Tidy TDM area that was. So that's going to be there instead. So yeah, I suppose that Caldera is getting a bit of a remaster. There's going to be new scaffolding in areas like the capital, so you can get onto the roofs easier. They're adding these mercenary vaults as well. I don't know what they are, and they are teasing some kind of Easter egg on it too. There'll also be an armored SUV added in season, and this is a brand new vehicle that you can use to explore the map. It includes a dedicated rooftop turret seat and room for operators to use their own loadout weapons, making this quite a powerful vehicle. Got a boost on it as well, so if you want a bit of instant acceleration, you need to get quickly from A to B, you'll be able to do that. EMP grenades will be new here too, and these will be able to disable vehicles and disrupt enemy players. So it's a non-lethal grenade that will explode in a short-lived area of effect, and if one of these hits you, then you'll be stripped of your HUD information and vehicles will momentarily power down. Some other bits and bobs there too. There's going to be 4 new weapons, an SMG, an LMG, a push dagger and a Vargo S. Portable redeploy balloons, which is cool. And if you look very closely at the image that they released here, Rebirth of the Dead. So it appears that zombie mode is coming back to Rebirth at some point. I'm down for that. Zombie mode was awesome. I don't know what they'll do with it, and if they do, I hope that they do more of the original MW version rather than the one that they had last Halloween, which just wasn't as good. And that's all. So pretty exciting stuff coming to Warzone. I haven't played it for a couple of weeks, I have to be honest, because I've just been focusing on new stuff, Modern Warfare 2, all the announcements, the BF 2042 season, lots of indie games I've been checking out. But next week for sure, I'll be hopping back on, getting stuck in and having a laugh with it. And that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Look after yourselves, look after each other. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.